Okay everybody, let me take you on a journey. This story takes place in the year 2014. I was just a little boy back then, filled with dreams and hopes. And as a present, my parents bought me the new PlayStation 4. I was hyped, I was so happy I couldn't even describe it to you guys. The first game I bought to play on my new PlayStation 4 was The Last of Us Part 1. And a funny thing about The Last of Us Part 1, it was the first game that I have ever finished. And some of you may think, wait, didn't that game came out like a few years ago? But no, I'm 16. I was 10 at the time. It was amazing. I fell in love with gaming and I've been playing games ever since, which is kinda sad. But anyways, this franchise is so special to me. So imagine my surprise when Naughty Dog grabbed an axe and smashed my dreams to pieces. For those of us who expected a game where we'll be playing as Ellie, well, we just got a big smack in the face. And I don't mean this in a good way, so before you get all judgy, hear me out. If you look at the graphics, the system, the scenery, the combat, this is one of the best games ever developed. But I had not just some, but a lot of problems with the story. And let me tell you why. First, let's take care of the elephant in the room. Sylvester Stallone. Oh yeah, what can I tell you about Rambo? She's great. But not really. She kills Joel, she kills this dude, she almost kills this dude, and this girl, and this girl. But we all have our flaws. So you get to play as her, isn't that a hoot? Fucking shit. Anyways, you get to play as her, which is okay, but not really. Hey, maybe there's some loot in these cars. Yeah, turns out there isn't any loot in these cars. The reason it took me so long to make this review is actually because when I finished playing as Ellie, I couldn't make myself to go playing as Abby because why the fuck would I want that? And the second problem I had with the game was not so much a problem as it was me being a pussy. Did any of you see how depressing this game is? Holy shit! Did you see the ending? I was waiting, what will happen next? What will happen next? Oh, that's it? Well, shit. I cried myself to sleep. Of course I realized this is a zombie game, it's not a fairy tale, but still, come on. The Last of Us Part 1 ended just fine. Everyone was happy. Okay, not the doctors, but everyone else was happy. Why couldn't they make that? For those of you who don't know what the ending was, well, Ellie lost 2 fingers, Dina left with her kid. Ellie was all alone, and she didn't even kill that she let her go. And if one more person tells me this game is about forgiveness, I'll lose my shit. And talking about characters, at the end they pretty much all leave you. If we're talking about Abby, well, the only character that doesn't leave you, wanna kill you or die is this guy. The only one in the whole damn game. But of course, I can't talk all shit about this game because it definitely has its moments. There are parts in this game that absolutely consume you, such as the beautiful dynamic between Dina and Ellie.
You wanna fuck him up?
Fuck him! Fuck him up against the wall! Wear handcuffs on him and crazy through on the lips!
But we all know how that ended. And if you don't know, well, it ended badly. And then there are parts that take you like in the past and show you the dynamic between Joel and Ellie. Again, fucking amazing. Look, if I had to summarize it, I would say that the Ellie part is a great, well-balanced experience. With a shitty ending, but still great. And the Abby part, well, the Abby part is pretty much the same thing as the Ellie part, but just because I don't like the idea of Abby, I just couldn't make myself enjoy that part. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. Personally, I just wonder who the fuck woke up one day and said to himself, you know what? The fans have been waiting 6 years to see a game featuring Ellie. But you know what? Let's give them a fucking Abby game. But sir, who's Abby? I don't give a shit. Just put a fucking Abby in that game. Look, so far all I've done is make jokes, but the next 40 seconds is what you should take away from this review. Look, I admit that maybe I'm being too harsh towards Abby, but come on, I know that some of you are thinking that it depends on the way you look at it. That Joel might be a good guy for us, but for someone else he could be a bad guy. And that this game is in fact trying to show us the point of view from Abby's perspective, where Joel is in fact a bad guy. He killed her father and some of her friends. The game is trying to show us that there is no good guy, bad guy when it comes to survival. But if you ask me, that's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. Of course there's no good guy, bad guy, but does that mean that in The Last of Us Part 3 they will kill off Ellie for killing the wolves? The Last of Us should not be a story about survival and forgiveness. If you ask me, The Last of Us should be a story about Joel and Ellie, not about some angry chick named Abby. She could of course be a great antagonist, but to have her as a playable character and to actually use her to kill Joel, that's just messed up, man. And now that I have shared a minute of wisdom with you, it's time to get to the fun part, the combat. It's very similar to the previous game. You gotta be stealthy, you gotta be quiet, you gotta be sneaky, or you fucking die. There are workbenches where you can upgrade your weapons, there's not a lot of ammo, and you know that thing, I think it's called A fucking axe? Yeah, the one that's made for chopping down trees. Well, it will break after you hit about 4 fucking zombies. Which makes sense. I know the game would be boring if it didn't break, but still, just saying. It's a fucking axe. I'm kidding, it's not as bad as I made it look. The combat is actually pretty damn amazing, and in my opinion, actually the best part in the whole damn game. And before I end this review, I just want to show you my mad guitar skills. You probably didn't realize it, but my reviews are very subjective. I like to kind of make fun of some things, so I'm sorry about that, but it's just my point of view. So if you like this kind of reviews, which are not exactly reviews, they're basically just me making fun of video games, but still, if you like them, please leave a like, subscribe, you're welcome to it. And if you didn't like this review, well, you can take your opinion and shove it up your ass because no one gives a fuck about you anyway. Till next time.